What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike LaBelle, and today we are going to discuss one of my favorite topics, a bit of an updated, overpowered player list. Who do you want to be using at this point of FIFA 20? This year's installment. If you don't know what overpowered means, all of these guys put in work, certified, solidified. You put them on the yard in prison, nobody's messing with them. That might be kind of a strong analogy when we're talking about FIFA. I realize that. If you enjoy the content, drop a like. Actually, even if you don't enjoy the content, drop a like. No matter what you're doing, drop a like. And I already know that the comment, we're gonna have back and forth. You're gonna tell me I left off players. That's fine. That's why we have the comment section. We're gonna have opinions. We're gonna go back and forth. Build out our little community. Maybe even rank these in order, because I got a lot of players that I wanna open up about, that have put in work, have been consistent, have been my go-to guys throughout the weekend league, and putting together a squad. Your personnel is crucial for success. Squad building 101. And overpowered players are a part of that. Are you ready? Can I get a drum roll, please? Let's run it. Hold on. Wait a moment. You may have noticed this on the live stream or on social media. I have an announcement. I've officially joined Andbox, which I'm super proud about. If you don't know anything about that organization, they own New York Excel in the Overwatch League. You have Subliners in the Call of Duty League. They're putting out some of the cleanest product drops on drops on drops esports merch in the space worldwide. No doubt about it. Premium quality. I'm gonna leave links down below in the description. I'm also doing a giveaway for my favorite tracksuit at the moment, which actually is Zuma's drop. If you know who Zuma is, professional Call of Duty player, used to be a member of FaZe before joining Subliners. It's nice. You've seen me wear it. That's all I'm saying. You've seen me wear it. As we get everything underway, I'm not going to necessarily focus on some of the cheap discount shopping pickups, because we're just not at that point of the game. I'm just talking about top tier talent, guys that are gonna get you more wins. You want to improve your weekend league? If you have not used these players, is the point that I'm trying to make. They will make a difference in your results, even if you do not improve in terms of ability, composure, finishing, and none of the above. That's how impactful this group is. Are we on the same page? Woo! We're coming in hot. Ben Yedder. You could pick the version. I would say player of the month or shapeshifter, both high rated, neither of them extra cheap. And he might be the most crafty player in this year's installment, around the box or inside the box. There's no one who drags backs better. Left foot, right foot, does not matter. 5-star weak foot. I have tweeted Ben Yedder on multiple occasions because of how upset I was via conceding goals against either of these foot items. And he's French, easy link ups. You've got options on options on options. It's not a concern. This man causes rage, causes broken controllers, causes keyboards to get thrown out of windows. I'm not saying I've done that this year, but I do like to throw a keyboard. You get cheap wireless keyboards. You can two-hand it. Brings you back to WWE, WCW, WWF. Smack that thing. High agility, high balance, and reactions 10 out of 10. We can look through stats, but it doesn't matter because of how he performs in game. It's that good. His stats look good on paper, don't get me wrong. But what he's able to put together as a package deal on the virtual pitch, top notch. Next up, foot birthday Lozano. The return of Chucky. Might be a little bit of a play on words if you've seen Chucky, horror movies. I don't know how old you guys that are watching this video are. I also don't know what the age range needs to be for you to have seen some of those Chucky movies. But this man, you can argue, is the best super sub in the game. One of the fastest foot items, period. Often used as a super substitute. However, if you have a Serie A team or you can link this together, I've used them over the weekend league. If you put him as a starter, you can play as a winger, a cam, a striker. He's gonna get in behind, high-low work rates, and you feel that positioning. And he has 5-star skill moves. Scoop turn left, scoop turn right, little razzle dazzle, some Mexican flair on display. I'm not done talking about skills. Like a dog out of water, this man is a special swimmer. Ryan Kent, hot feet definitely eat. I actually think that's supposed to be quick feet, definitely eat. An Ocho Cinco line there. If you're getting off the line, you're watching American football. We have all experienced the legend of Ryan Kent, Mr. Super Substitute. Let's use some descriptive words. And yes, he was cheap. You picked him up. Cheapest player maybe on this entire list. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill. The super sub you dread meeting. I've spoken about this before, but this man terrorizes defenses. He's a nightmare. He's relentless. He's reckless. He's destructive. He's broken. Moving on with Mendy. Doesn't matter. 80 overall, 85, 86. You could pick a version. His 80 overall is still a top 10 left back right now in FIFA 20. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, athleticism. He's got all that. I just picked up the 86 to run in this weekend league. He's an anomaly player. There's a few on this countdown. We can sit here and analyze nice stats, but they won't explain why Mendy's 80 overall foot item is still a top 10 left back in FIFA 20. Mendy is the skinny guy in the gym that somehow can bench 400 pounds. None of us can explain it, but we all witnessed it live. The Saint, also known as Gucci, also known as Saint Maximin. Another player you could pick the version. At this point of the game, you want the 84 to 88. You're not necessarily looking for his entry level, but we saw that base foot item put in a lot of work and be a difference maker early on in FIFA. If you packed him, you were happy about it. Of course, has the skill moves. He's gonna be aggressive on the offensive end. He's gonna put pressure on the opposition. And I realize the 88 overall, very expensive. And then becomes the debate, is he really overpowered when you pay that hefty price tag that is attached to the main man? He's not going on sale. You won't see him in the clearance section. Let's try to describe the main man. He's constantly changing pace. He's cutting inside with decisive turns. He's influential and forceful, yet still graceful. One word, effective. Next up, I'm not messing around at all. Underrated, underappreciated, overpowered, not talked about or utilized nearly enough. And this is whether you're picking up the 84, who's a fullback, or you're getting the shapeshifter version where you could play him in a collection of different positions. He's a utility player, whether you need a center mid, a holding mid, an attacking mid, a wing, or a striker. He'll get the job done. He just feels special. The impact is special. He's a leader on the pitch. The right place, the right time, all the time. You do not need State Farm, Allstate, Alliance Life Insurance. You have it all. You're safe. You're covered. You're insured. You knew this man would be on the countdown. Sissoko. Pick a version. 88, 84, 81. Top 5 most overpowered foot item early on in FIFA. Similar to Mendy or the Saint that came before him. You got any of their early iterations, those early drops, those early versions, they made a difference. And they didn't go anywhere. You kept them in the starting lineup, sometimes for up to even a month or 2 months into this year's installment, which says something about their value, what they give you on the pitch, their deliverables. Performing above expectation. I can guarantee Sissoko was a troublemaker in school, whether we're talking about elementary, primaries, middle school, high school. He is not following any FIFA rules. He's not following guidelines. We can look at his stats. It says he's not going to be able to turn quickly. It's a lie. I don't know what his real agility or his balance is. Doesn't feel clunky. He's going to dominate the midfield, box to box. Boom. Fullbacks, tomato. You're noticing this as a trend. All of their version, all of the drops, all of the releases are good to go. And then it just comes down to, what's your budget looking like? The 82, the 84, the 87. Who do you need? Who fits? Who did you pack? Are you in a discount situation? You got a mid-tier budget, or you can spend the big bucks. The choice is yours. I'm still using his left back item right now. Best player pick I've got of FIFA 20. You don't beat the tomato. Believe, appreciate, the FIFA gods know. He's just one of those guys that has the it factor. I could talk about this, I could talk about that, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't do him justice. Once you've experienced Semedo, you get it. Boom. Woo! The PSG brothers, the PSG partnership, Neymar, Mbappe, also known as, and please get involved in the comments if you have a better one too. This is the tag team dream, the Santa Claus bro, Mr. and Mrs. Claus. I don't know who's who in that relationship. The Smiths, Mario, Luigi, Batman, Robin, Sonic, Tails. Not sure where Knuckles would fit in. We do have that release of the new Di Maria, also of course at PSG. 5-star weak foot, 5-star skill moves, double dipping with the 5 and the 5, put 5 on it. Huh? Sherlock Holmes, Watson, talk to me. We're not done. That right back Ramos, whatever version that is, player moments, flashback, he's good money, worth the investment for an SBC. Best SBC I've done in this year's installment. You can play him as a center back, you can play him as a fullback. I often run him in both. He was perfect for the video I did where I used 30 different formations in 30 games because of his versatility with the defensive back line. Wins in the air, wins the tackles, wins the 50-50s, recovers, and puts his body on the line. Shoot, he could pass, he's athletic. I've even scored quite a few goals with him, whether it's his feet, it's in the air on corner kicks, which should kind of be expected. You could easily make an argument Ramos in real life is the greatest goal scoring center back of all time. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm listening. And reasonable price point pickups. Knock it out. Last of the list, pick a Conte. When you're overpowered, you're overpowered. I'm not sure if you can really put the team of the year version in this category, but you definitely get what you pay for. The only downside in any of the other releases or promos or foot items that have been put out that include Conte is that he's not going to be a goal scorer unless you have the team of the year edition. Everyone else can do everything else, but they're not going to score goals. Put him in a 1v1 and you're going to have some question marks. He's a nuisance on the pitch. Low sense of gravity, might be the quickest turner of anyone in the midfield. Doesn't have an inability to progress the play offensively. He's qualified. Elephant in the room, doesn't have the skill moves. We all know that. You don't pick him up for the skills to pay the bills, but he will never take a game off. He's not gonna rip you off. You will always get your money's worth. Just think, you need to get your vehicle fixed. You pull up and you see Conte as the mechanic. You have nothing to worry about. All right, we talked Overpowered. I wanna know what you think. Let's continue that discussion in the comments because everybody has an opinion. And that's what's so beautiful. Turn on notifications. Make sure to drop some love on the video. You're brand spanking new. Free to subscribe. We appreciate you. And I have a lot more content coming out for you ASAP. And YouTube should be recommending or suggesting some videos on screen as I'm talking right now. Peace.